section and Price Sanford. During that entire conversation that Andy Katz was having with you, the students were chanting at Price Sanford. It's going to be very interesting to see how they react and how he reacts to what is an emotional return tonight to Carver Hawkeye.
Well, he has an opportunity to let his play chew the talking, and that's all that really matters.
You hear the booing as he touched the first time. Lawrence's three won't go, and the rebound, Tavion Banks.
Both of these teams, Kevin, in the top two in terms of points per game allowed and turnover margin. So each possession, they're always important, but they're even more to premium with the style of play both of these teams employ.
Here's Stirtz, steps left for a triple. And the rebound loose and out of bounds. It'll belong to Nebraska. Trying to get it against these Nebraska Cornhuskers and give Iowa a ranked win. It's been a long time since the Hawks beat a ranked team. They've lost 13 straight against ranked opponents. Zip that pass inside, and between these two teams that both coaches have said all year long really have to honor that scouting report and play it almost to a T. Sanford curling to the rim, and he's got the first 2 points of the ball game.
And what I like from Sanford, yeah, the ball went through the net, went down, getting in a defensive stance. He's not going to play in to the crowd here, to his credit.
Fred Hoiberg, talking to him at the shoot-around, the practice on game day, said the one thing that they needed to do was get off to a fast start in this one. Said it's so important for this team, especially with the way Iowa controls tempo. Here's Stirtz in the corner, got an open look for three, and the rebound loose to Mast. Huskers are fortunate there wasn't a foul there. Looked like some contact on the follow-through.
Boy, I tell you what, Nebraska, they're fun to watch offensively, but it's been their defense of which they've been able to hang their hat all year on, in the midst of a magical year, and defense is a big reason for that.
There's Sanford, back out it goes to Hoiberg for the triple. Good look, but strong, and Banks the rebound for Iowa.
Banks having a solid season as well for Iowa. 11 points per ball game, was the 6th man of the year a season ago for Coach McCollum and the Missouri Valley at Drake.
Stirtz has taken both Iowa shots so far. Cam Manyow blocked off with 7 to shoot. Inside, Manyow. Here's Cale Combs, taken away. Good defense by Nebraska.
The rotation and the communication stellar by the red jersey Huskers.
Ball loose on the floor, bodies everywhere. Banks trying to get it away from Mast as he tried to tie it up, and it'll be Iowa ball. Intense start to this one. Here's Manyow trying to dislodge Buchtengel, the ball out of bounds, and it'll belong.
Possession for Iowa. You can't kill your dribble out there.
No. Sanford back over to Lawrence. 12 to shoot. Mast on the move against Koch, driving inside, and the rebound by Manyow.
Nice job by Iowa of forcing Mast to that offhand and then contesting vertically. Well done by Iowa defensively.
Defense the star of the first 3+ minutes of this one. Here's Koch with the triple.
Textbook. Kevin, you and I saw Iowa working on that exact sequence in shoot-around today. Because of how Nebraska likes to defend, they get Manyow at that high post area, and then he's immediately looking to the weak side. In this point, it was Koch. Really good job of executing the game plan by Iowa offensively.
And an offensive foul against the Huskers, trying to get some space for Sanford. 4 minutes gone in this first half. Stirtz will drop it off to Manyow. Koch on the drive, over Mast, using the window.
And that was made possible, Kevin, because he knocked down the first triple. They got out hard on the closeout, but it wasn't under control. Koch, good recognition, put it on the deck.
Here's Hoiberg. Got a screen from Buchtengel, finds Lawrence in the corner, and it's tied at 5.
That's why he has almost a 6-to-1 turnover ratio. Not just because he made the right pass to the right person, he put it right in the right place, because the closeout was pretty good there, but because Lawrence was able to catch it in the shooting pocket, the defender wasn't able to get there in time. Small thing, but an important thing, done very well by Hoiberg.
Manyow barreling into traffic. Reads and how difficult it is against Nebraska's defense at times to get those reads. As Manyo, well done. I'm impressed with your drawing ability.
My wife doesn't let me write on the things at home, so I'm very excited.
It's always nice when you can write on the road.
Yeah.
Gel. Here's Mast. Huskers would love to get him going. Mast inside with the hook over Koch.
Man, he threw everything at him. Pretty good job by Koch, forcing him to his left, but Mast, he saw the double team wasn't coming. That allowed him then to kind of take his time and eventually get to that left shoulder right hand.
Bench about to come into play for both teams. Nowhere to go. Banks will kick it out to Koch. 4 to shoot. Koch is going to have to hoist a contested 3. And underneath Buchtengel, a shot clock violation.
You know, they only allow 66 points per ball game. They're 3rd in the conference in steals, and they value the basketball with a +4 turnover margin. They and Iowa are top 2 in that category.
On a cut and a turnover. Here comes Stirtz on the push against Lawrence. Drives right into him. No. Loose ball. Mast has it. Flip over to Lawrence, and now Nebraska on the brink. Here's Sanford back up into the corner for 3.
Oh, man. That was reptilian in its coldness because he didn't catch it cleanly. You've got people screaming at you. He knocks it down. And, Kevin, I just can't say how much it's refreshing to see a guy run down, act like I've been there before, and then defend.
And in the case of Bryce Sanford, he literally has been here before many times.
A nice response there by Stirtz.
First 2 of the night for the 4th leading scorer in the conference. Mast with 13 to shoot. Alvaro Figueres off the bench. Hoiberg will drop it down to Lawrence, and Lawrence fouled by Isaiah.
Usually he would sprint to the other corner, but he sensed that he had a
22 and 3. You're looking at one of them on the screen right now, and Jamarcus Lawrence pacing for
going. If he gets to the line, he's going to beat you 82% of the time. A solid year for Lawrence.
Swing it around to Howard. Ball moving all over the place for Iowa. 10 to shoot for the Hawkeyes.
If you're Iowa, you wanted Koch ready to shoot that because he had an opportunity on that ball reversal by Stirtz. Good job by Hoiberg.
Now Koch ready to shoot it. Short on that shot, and the rebound saved in play to Koch. Fulgaris in the scramble with Frager out to defend. 12 to shoot. It's Stirtz to work. Tried to drop it off to Fulgaris and a turnover. Jacobson, the trailing Mast for 3. Rebound. Hoiberg trying to tip it into the corner, and it's out of bounds to Iowa.
He thought he could maybe get control of the ball and signal the timeout, but he never had control of it. But Hoiberg just doing so many things well for Nebraska.
His last 9 games, he's done a little bit of everything, and there's another play where Hoiberg nearly gets the steal, and then it's out of bounds. Last touch by Howard. Hoiberg starts it, and it becomes a Nebraska turnover. Go to big10.org/MBBT to secure your seats today. Iowa looked at the replay, opted not to challenge, and you and I got to look at it. That looked like a good decision by Ben McCollum. Jacobson. Here's Frager. Jacobson left alone as they doubled Frager. Off with the 3, and it's out of bounds to Iowa.
Asking you shall receive. Here comes Jamarcus Lawrence.
As you say that, Jamarcus Lawrence will return.
I've got that kind of juice, Kevin.
It's impressive that you use it for good. Here's Stirtz. Frager with a hand in his face. Goes past Frager. The floater will drop.
And that's a breakdown by Frager defensively because he completely jumped the left hand of Stirtz. Well, Stirtz is a right-handed dominant player, and Stirtz said, you know what? Thank you very much. I'll take that.
Buchtengel. Frager back in this one up to Hoiberg. Not much going for Nebraska right now. Jacobson turns the corner, nice into the paint, and draws the contact in the foul.
23 points a game. Didn't matter what length comes up. the #1 or 2 Big Ten player draft in the NBA draft. That's according to multiple NBA scouts I've talked to.
Well, and he's an Iron Man. He's out there for 40 minutes every single night. Mentioned 50 times in his career, he's played 40 minutes or more in a game. Stirtz, pass Frager again, funneled into the teeth of that defense with Jacobson, and the ball tipped out. 4 for 9 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3. Buchtenjel poked towards that half-court line. It's Lawrence back on the floor. Jacobson needs some help. And Lawrence stepped on the sideline.
3 up over there. Then they funnel everything to that left side and use that far sideline as an extra defender, hence the turnover.
There's Cale Combs, been dealing with an injury and still trying to fight through it as Fulgaris fights through that defense and spins for 2.
Nice footwork there of spinning away from the larger Buchtenjel and getting to that left shoulder right hand.
Up on 4.5 minutes since Nebraska hit a field goal. Sanford trying to change that, and he's strong on the 3.
It didn't come off his hand cleanly. You kind of saw that side spin. He didn't catch it cleanly, and a big reason for that again was Stirtz. Even though he was able to step behind that little rub screen, he kind of had to rush his shot, and it showed in the release.
Here's Stirtz. Gets past Frager on the drive to the rim.
And that's the second time Frager inexplicably has kind of jumped the left hand, and Stirtz has just been able to go all the way with that strong right hand.
And another Nebraska turnover.
Get Sanford out right now. You've got the next media timeout coming. Get him a chance to kind of get his feet under him, because Bennett Stirtz has done a pretty good job the last 2 or 3 sequences of getting into his body. Let him catch a different view.
And there's Hoiberg with the steal, doing Hoiberg things. Ahead to Lawrence. That won't go, and a lid on the Nebraska basket. Stirtz probing. Stirtz working against Frager. Floater on the baseline, won't go, and a foul. Jamarcus Lawrence trying to get some space, picks up his second. It's a big second foul with 8:10 to go first half. Michael Reed for the entirety of this possession. Here's Koch, scored the first 5 Iowa points. Combs with 2 to shoot, spinning into Buchtenjel, using the window to stretch the lead to 4.
Boy, that's a tough delivery by Combs through some contact. Another great job by Banks of taking away the backdoor cut from Hoiberg.
Nebraska's got nothing going offensively right now. 5 to shoot, Mast in trouble, trying to get free of Manyow. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. And Iowa with outstanding defense. 7:18 to go in this first half. After the foul on Manyow, his second, and now we've got a whistle.
But Ben told me he wants that sense of urgency. He loves the pressure, and he's trying to tell his team that, especially since they lost that Maryland game, to play all these games like it is Game 7 down the stretch.
Well, they're doing that defensively. That pressure that they're applying is causing Nebraska's offense all kinds of problems. Mast trickles it into the corner. 2 to shoot for Jacobson, runs that in, and a blocking foul.
That's why the official called it on Banks. It's not going to go your way. Nebraska very fortunate to get that call, because that possession was going nowhere for the Cornhuskers.
Huskers haven't hit a bucket in over 7 minutes of game action, yet only down 2 on the road. Defense has been the story of this first half on both sides.
And again,
and another turnover. And then Mast throws it out of bounds. 2 teams that generally do a good job of maintaining the possession, although the last 2 games for Nebraska have been a little sloppy. Fulgaris inside, has that one taken away. Jacobson with the strip. Here's Frager in the open floor, runs it to the rim, and that'll be a goaltend.
From the floor for Nebraska.
9 first-half turnovers for the Hawkeyes. That's the first 2 points Nebraska's gotten off a turnover tonight. Koch the skip to an open Stirtz. Fades away around Sanford. Everything but the bucket for Stirtz. Frager gets past Combs to the rim for 2.
That's the old adage, low man wins. He got the hesitation dribble. You saw a rare breakdown from Iowa in terms of getting up out of their stance, and Frager on that left side of the floor with his strong hand able to cover enough ground with that dribble and score.
And a 6-0 spurt for Nebraska. Stirtz back to work.
How about Hoiberg on the deck, gets up and is there on the closeout by Stirtz.
Fulgaris pass tipped. Swing it around to Stirtz, 6 to shoot. Stirtz on the run, into Mast. He'll go to the line for a pair. The shooter after the Mast foul will head to the line.
Off his path to the rim. The verticality was there. He showed his hands, but the contact was below the shoulder.
Our 5th tie already tonight. Hoiberg in traffic from right to left for 2. How about Sam Hoiberg? Last 9 games, 12.5 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 5.5 assists, 2.5 steals. He does it all.
And the last time out against Northwestern, where points were a premium, especially in the first half, 5 of 8 from the floor for Hoiberg.
Tough catch underneath. Banks trying to get some space. His tip won't go. Another tip, and it's a wedgie. And our 6th tie of this first half. There's Frager trying to find some space against Howard.
Good job by Stirtz of getting over that little dribble handoff to take away anything to Sanford.
Buchtengel with a good screen.
And the block out by Stirtz, masterful down there on Sanford. As much as we talk about what Stirtz has done offensively this year, I think it's been the defensive end of the floor here in the first half especially, which has been the difference for Iowa.
Looking for the lead once more. Under 10 on the shot clock for Iowa. Stirtz against Sanford. Got him in the air, trying to coax the foul, swooping in his Banks. He'll take it to the rim for 2. And then a timeout.
And that's going to be sort of the trend this season until the staff, which is new to him as well, gets used to his voice, and he has players here at Iowa that have played for him in back-to-back seasons.
Yeah, it's certainly a head coach dominated practice, that's for sure. Sanford hits the deck, slipping at the top of the key. He thought he was fouled, no whistle. Here's Frager with a triple, that won't go. Hoiberg swooping in, trying to get the rebound, but it'll belong.
Defensively has been lights out here for Iowa in the first half.
Mentioned Ben McCollum on the journey right after the game. Also a feature on Sanford.
And of his 20 points per ball game, Kevin, about 4 come right here from the foul stripe.
Well on his way to another 20-point game. He's top 20 in 7 of the last 8 games, and the Hawkeyes have matched their largest lead at 4. Hoiberg in the corner, a 3 for Frager won't go. Buchtengel trying for the rebound and a foul.
The Cornhuskers here in Iowa City. I mean, 4 cuts, and on those multitude of curl cuts and screens trying to free up Sanford, Stirtz, almost without exception, has been able to get over the top and disrupt.
Largest lead of the ball game for either team. The kick into the corner, trying to cut that lead in half, and the airballed 3, snared by Isaiah Howard. And the Huskers have not scored in over 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
And Frager was very fortunate. He wasn't called for a foul there. I'm not really sure what he was thinking. Grabbing a guy about 90 feet away from the rim.
It almost looked like he was trying intentionally to foul. Here's Stirtz. Working against Hoiberg. Double comes from Jacobson. Howard. Back out. Koch for three. Rebound inside, and Mast out there with 2 fouls snares it. Fred Hoiberg rolling the dice a little bit with Rink Mast, putting him out there with 2 fouls in the final 2 minutes. Here's Hoiberg attacking the much bigger Koch. Hoiberg again. Gets past Koch to the rim. No, and the rebound ripped down by Tavion Banks.
Nice job by Banks of getting his hip into Mast, who was rolling toward the rim for an offensive rebound. Banks, really well done.
Iowa has stifled this Husker attack. 7 of 19 is Nebraska from the floor, 2 of 11 from 3. Fulgaris will try the triple. Hawkeye run. Huskers haven't scored in over 3.5 minutes. And we've got a whistle and a foul. 7 first-half points in his return to Iowa City. And Nebraska back within 7 late first half.
Stirtz's head is always up, Kevin. Always up. He doesn't drop.
Under 10 to shoot. Swing that around to Koch. Off the shot fake. Other corner, Fulgaris. Here's Stirtz with the 3.
Really nice job by Iowa of flipping the floor offensively. It goes from the left, right corner, the skip pass, and then Stirtz able to fill in behind.
And Hoiberg with a crowd quieter gets downhill for 2 more.
And that quick hitter, if you look at your time right here, that gets Nebraska a 2 for 1. Good job by Nebraska there, and Hoiberg in particular, of understanding time and score, have a chance for an extra possession here to end the half.
Six to shoot. Stirtz on the drive into the teeth of the Nebraska defense. Batted out. 2 to shoot. Fulgaris with the 3. And the rebound ripped down by Jacobson. 10 seconds to go for Nebraska. And this is that last possession that Hoiberg earned with this drive.
And you can dribble drive and maybe draw a foul because you are in the bonus.
Mast had it bobbled away. Jacobson, deep triple. It'll count. Cale Jacobson with the buzzer beater. 6 in favor of the Hawkeyes. Nebraska 0 offensive rebounds despite missing 12 first-half shots.
Yeah, Nebraska last in the conference in offensive rebounding, but as to your point, if you miss that many shots, you should get at least 1 second chance opportunity.
And how about Cooper Koch? He started the game with the first 5 for Iowa, and he starts the second half with a triple.
And then as that half unfolded, remember, that shot fake and then a dribble drive was allowing him to get his second basket.
Hoiberg on the baseline, drops it off inside to Buchtengel, and it's tipped away. Stirtz comes up with it. Cale Combs will swing it around. It works its way to Koch. Another 3 on the way, halfway down, and it pops up to Hoiberg. And then we've got a whistle and a foul. Buchtengel with 15 to shoot. Lawrence trying to dislodge Combs, in some trouble. Buchtengel hunting a 3 with 7 to shoot. Drops it down to Lawrence inside, and he'll go to the free throw line for a pair.
From multiple double-digit deficits at home against Purdue.
Had a chance to win that one in regulation before they lost in overtime a week and a half ago. 7-point Iowa lead at home. Looking for a real signature win for Ben McCollum's first-year Hawkeyes. Banks. No look over to Koch. 5 to shoot. Koch blocked by Buchtengel. Good challenge by Berke Buchtengel. Hoiberg in the corner. Buchtengel with defense, but he can't turn that into offense. And Koch with a rebound, and Hoiberg takes it away. Sam Hoiberg needs a little bit of help, and he'll use a timeout in McCollum's squad.
And would also kind of lessen the sting of that quad, his route on the duck end, and will shoot a couple foul shots.
And it pinballs out to Koch. 6-point game in Iowa City. Manio trying to screen off the defender. It ends up with Stirtz. Crowd wanted a foul on Hoiberg. 6 to shoot. Banks on the drive. Scoop won't go, and Buchtengel cradles the rebound.
Good challenge by Mast. Really nicely done by Mast, coming from the weak side.
There's Hoiberg looking to get things going quickly. Boy, Sanford gets no breathing room at all. Here's Mast driving on Manyow. Flips it to the rim, no. Buchtengel tries, gets another offensive rebound. First ones for Nebraska. Hoiberg with the triple. It rattles off, and the rebound kicks out to Combs. Stirtz against Lawrence here. Ten to shoot. Stirtz versus Sanford.
Good show by Mast. Really nicely done.
Combs, baseline drive. Gonna have to shoot it with 1 to shoot. Banks, contested jumper, won't go. There's Hoiberg with the rebound for Nebraska.
And last time down the floor, it was Koch who was guarding Sanford. Now they've got Stirtz back on. Nice job by Iowa of recognizing that and switching back.
Lawrence with the 3. Won't go. Rebound, Mast inside. He'll put it up for 2.
And the reason he was able to get that offensive rebound, it hit the rim a second time, and Iowa mistimed their jump, and that allowed Mast. He didn't have to reload. He was just able to snake in there, and offensive rebounding starting to play a positive result for Nebraska after being non-existent in the first 20 minutes.
15 to shoot. Shot clock down to 10 now for Stirtz. Swing it around, Koch. Driving baseline. Won't go. Rebound loose. Tipped out by Sanford, and it ends up with Lawrence.
Again, Mast with the strong show.
And Buchtengel to the rim. Here come the Huskers. Back within 2 and a timeout. Hawkeyes have gone cold, haven't scored in almost 4.5 minutes. Nebraska back within 2.
What Mast has done a really good job on the defensive end of showing and then contesting at the rim.
How about Isaiah Howard with the triple, his first?
Things like that are going to be under the microscope.
It's lit the fire of this crowd for sure. Hoiberg against Manyow. Lawrence, 13 to shoot.
I mean, how about the job by Howard of moving his feet?
Lawrence, 8 to shoot. Here's Hoiberg on the attack. Dumps it to Buchtengel. Inside for 2.
Boy, Hoiberg again bails out Nebraska. Gets in the lane. People talk about playing off 2 feet. That was a great example. He gets in, has the opportunity to come under control, and the lead for Buchtengel, who's able to finish with that strong left hand.
See what Iowa can do in this end. Stirtz. Howard hit the big 3 earlier. He'll lean in for a 2 this time, strong, and the rebound ends up with Lawrence.
But I like what Howard did there. He understands Lawrence had those 2 quick fouls, may not be as aggressive defensively and had the size advantage, just not able to score.
Lawrence turns the corner and a reach-in foul on Manyow. That'll be his 3rd.
That was an infraction.
4th foul on Iowa in this second half. Here's Sanford looking for the 3. And he finds it. We're tied at 39 in Iowa City. It doesn't take much for Bryce Sanford. Our 7th tie of the night. And remember, it was a 10-point game with about a minute to go until halftime.
We talked about it, Kevin. That 5-0 run to end the half made loom large.
Bulgaris battling for that rebound, and it'll be Sanford who picks up the personal foul. Plus 10 on the boards overall, plus 5 on the offensive glass. And a foul on Sanford. Giving some advice from the stands. Stirtz, step back triple. Pin ball's out, and it's Mast with a rebound.
If you're Iowa, we have to watch Mast in the trail here.
Here's Mast. Now Hoiberg against Fulgaris.
Good job by Howard, but a better job by Mast of stepping, breaking contact. That's why he was able to score.
And Nebraska's got their first lead since 21-20.
That was some experience because Howard beat him to the spot. Mast broke the seal, stepped around, and then was able to get his hip in front of Howard.
13-3 over the last 5.5 minutes for Nebraska. And a foul call. He'll get a breather now as Berke Buchtengel returns to the Nebraska lineup. Hawkeyes 1 for their last 9 from the floor. They haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. Stirtz trying to change that, and he does.
I mean, again, with Frager, that's the 3rd time that he's kind of really shaded him right rather than jumping that left hand. And maybe he's expecting help to be there, but on all 3 occasions, that has not been the case.
Here's Hoiberg. In the corner, Sanford's 3 won't go, and a foul. Combs and Lawrence tangled up, and that'll be on Cale Combs. In it comes to Frager for the hammer. Baseline out of bounds, ends up in a 2-hand flush. Oh, this game is intense. Stirtz to work, picked up by Lawrence on the switch. Floater, no, and Hoiberg with the rebound, his 3rd, and a foul is called on Cale Combs, and that's going to be his 4th.
For an outlet pass.
No question. Yeah, it robbed Nebraska of an opportunity. You saw on the replay, Sanford was making a beeline to that right wing. See what Nebraska does with the basketball here. Buchtengel. Here's Hoiberg. 10 to shoot. Sanford. And that's out of bounds. It'll belong to Sturtz's best defensive games as a Hawkeye. Here's Hoiberg, turn in the corner. Frager inside. And it's tipped out with 3. Lawrence looking in the corner. It's Hoiberg. The 3 is up and off the side of the backboard to Banks. Really good defensive possession by Iowa.
They have been so good on that end of the floor.
Only 8 second-half points, though, for the Hawkeyes. Fulgaris at the elbow against Buchtengel. 5 to shoot for Stirtz. Stirtz underneath. It's Banks. He'll have to launch. In and out. Offensive rebound. Tate Sage. And we're tied again.
And a good job by Sage. He went underneath the basket, then came back out, and that allowed him to get the tip in.
First points of the evening for Sage. Here's Frager in the scramble. The 3 is short, and the rebound by Banks. Nine times we've been tied. 6 times the lead has changed in this game. Stirtz. Fulgaris. Wrap around behind the back to Banks.
Well, that was close to a walk.
In the corner, Sage rebounded by Frager.
Boy, this is where the 3rd foul on Mast really kind of stands out, because this would be a situation where you might try to get something for him at the rim, but with those 3 fouls, they can't risk it.
How about Stirtz with the block and Hoiberg with a foul?
With Sanford, he doesn't allow himself to kind of get stuck on that block out, take that step to the right, and then the path to the rim.
Adding to the big advantage Iowa has on the offensive glass tonight, and on the glass overall. Here's Stirtz.
And you kind of think that Nebraska was trying to keep Mast on the bench until the 8-minute timeout, but I think they sensed we need him out there.
over Mass. The jumper won't go. Offensive rebound. Banks inside. Scramble for the basketball. It's loose on the floor. Possession arrow favors Nebraska. Tied at 43, under 9 to go.
And again, Stirtz just doing a great job forcing Sanford out wide.
Here's Mast. Shot clock down to 10. Sanford. Blocked by Stirtz. Another swat by Stirtz.
Nice job by Stirtz of attacking the pocket, but Voulgaris with that show kind of slowed up Sanford until Stirtz was able to come from the backside. Excellent team defense by Iowa.
Huskers haven't scored in 3.5 minutes. It's a tie game in Iowa City. Stirtz looking with 10 to shoot. Voulgaris now lob into the corner to Combs. Here's Stirtz, 3 seconds, drops it to Sage for an open three. It won't go, and the rebound, offensive board to Howard. How about offensive rebound number 10 for Iowa? 10 to shoot. Stirtz goes past Jacobson. His shot won't go, and Mass secures it for Nebraska.
He has been masterful in that, and rotating over, maintaining verticality. That's at least the 4th example that pops to mind where Mass has rotated over to help his team and force Iowa to shoot over the top.
Prager blocked off by Howard, gets inside, and a travel.
Combined record of that grouping. So Purdue beats Nebraska. If there happened to be a tie, it would end up being the combined record in that grouping. And for Iowa, good chance they're going to play a quad 1 game if they get that double bye, which will help them ultimately in seeding.
Yeah, a lot on the line in this as Jacobson tries to take it away from Stirtz. Shot clock down to 10 for the Hawkeyes. We have not seen a point in a long time in this game. Stirtz trying to change that, and he does. The step back 2 gives Iowa the lead.
Boy, that's a tough shot, and nice use of the fan dribble to create just enough space for the mid-range.
Mast inside to the rim, and the answer for Nebraska breaks a 5-minute drought.
That's what they were missing when Mast was out of the ball game, and I think that's why they got him back in before that 8-minute timeout. That was a called set over there. They isolate Mast, who's able to take Voulgaris up the lane, which allowed the proper passing angle, leading him right to the rim.
Under 10 to shoot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Combs going to work. Blocked off on that baseline. The shot short, and Mast with a rebound.
And again, Mast, that's at least the 5th time, Kevin. He's rotated over.
Oh, that's going to be a carry. And Fred Hoiberg can't believe it. Looks like over and back is the call for Lawrence. Boy, Fred Hoiberg cannot believe that one. Huskers turn it over for the 8th time tonight. 11 Iowa turnovers.
Ooh, that's a blind screen. You got it. And how about
Prager?
Yeah, he didn't give up on the play.
Jacobson will navigate it up. Needs some help from Prager. Really good play all the way around for Prager. The jump and a really good play by Stirtz. Telegraph pass. Stirtz to the other end. Count that bucket, and Iowa's got the lead. And a timeout used by Ben McCollum. Stirtz went down hard on that drive to the rim. Iowa and their fans thought there should be an and one involved in this. No foul whistled, and Iowa with a 2-point lead. And this will surprise no one. They break the huddle, and Bennett Stirtz is out on the floor.
Man, this kid is as tough as they come. You see his 19 points, but I cannot emphasize enough, when he has drawn the defensive assignment on Peyton Sanford, he has been masterful in exerting full energy on the defensive end.
Nebraska 6-1 on the Big Ten road this year. Mass turns the corner against Manyow. Tough fadeaway, it won't go. Rebound knocked loose, and it ends up with Combs.
And a good job by Manyow of holding his ground and not allowing Mass to get into that jump hook. He forced him out about a step and a half farther.
Stirtz looking for space. Here's Koch.
Good job by Frager being there. That was designed to get Koch at top of the key three.
Now Stirtz will go to work. A step back three for Stirtz is good. He does a lot of things to make you right. Whew. Frager pounding the dribble down the baseline against Maniau, and a turnover. A travel by Nebraska, and Iowa takes it back again.
Well, Frager, nice job by Maniau of moving his feet. Yeah, that's a walk. And then Bennett Stirtz on the previous possession. Just a really, really textbook job of creating space with the step back and that little fan dribble.
Really big possession here in this game. Iowa with the momentum. Nebraska's not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Stirtz, the kick, extra pass, Koch. Strong on the three, and Hoiberg the rebound.
That's what they were trying to get a couple possessions ago, and there they were able to get that top of the key three for Koch.
And a foul, Stirtz tripping up Sandfort. It'll be the second on Stirtz, 6th team foul. Nebraska will inbound with 4:01 to play.
And you can see the respect that Stirtz has for Sandfort. He knew it was a foul, and he went over and helped him up. Man, that kid competes. Both of them do.
5-point game. Here's Jacobson. Sandfort will launch. Can't get the roll on his former home court, and Banks with the rebound.
Next foul will send Iowa into the bonus here.
And a trickle, that's a kickball. 20 on the shot clock, timeout. Stirtz tonight with 22 points. Back to work with 12 to shoot. Maniau coming out to show, little double shows back at Stirtz. Here's Stirtz leaning in, the three way off the mark, and Hoiberg will push it up the floor. Trailing, Mass, deep three. Halfway down, and it pops back up to Maniau. And there's Hoiberg trying for the steal, and it's out of bounds to Iowa. So it's Iowa ball with the lead at home over 9th-ranked Nebraska.
And three-point shooting, you saw that graphic. This is a team in Nebraska that averages 11 made threes per ball game.
4 for 22 tonight, 1 for 10 in the second half. Stirtz, contested triple. Rebound, and it's batted out of bounds. Oh, it'll be Iowa ball. Jacobson says, review it.
And the second may not seem like a big deal, but don't tell that to these two teams, especially with how tight this ball game's been.
Every second matters. Hoiberg was flashing just for a moment, couldn't get it to him. Now Sandfort will drive inside, and a foul.
But they're able now to come down conversely and cut into this lead with the clock stopped.
3-point ball game in Iowa City. Howard sends it up to Stirtz. Down to 10 to shoot. Stirtz back out to Howard. Koch now, hand in his face from Lawrence. Howard will have to launch the three. It won't go. Rebound, offensive board, Maniau. The offensive glass has been Iowa's best friend tonight, and now a foul. Hawks have missed their last 4 from the floor. 7 to shoot. 1:38 to go. Stirtz against Hoiberg. Tough fadeaway. Pinball's out. Rebound out of bounds. And it's going to belong to
Maniau kept it off the previous possession alive, resetting the shot clock. And what this does now, it allows Iowa to burn more clock and force Nebraska to make a decision if they want to start fouling.
Under 10 to shoot. 3-point game. Stirtz going to work against Hoiberg, driving at Mast. Short on the shot. Rebound loose, and it's Lawrence who has it for Nebraska. Bodies down behind the play. It's 4-on-4 for the moment. Sanford.
And Manuel, again, good job of closing out on Sanford.
Coming up on a minute to go. And a whistle and an offensive foul on Rick Mast. His fourth.
Iowa caught a break there.
No question. Here's Stirtz. Koch going down. Stirtz wanted a call, didn't get it. 7 to shoot. 3-point game in Iowa City. Stirtz forcing it up, and a foul on Hoiberg.
That happened.
Made all three.
Maybe tried to force the ball handler to kind of go side to side.
Hoiberg looking for Sanford. In the corner, it's Lawrence, and Jamarcus Lawrence with a three. Inbound to Banks. Banks gets rid of it, and Koch is fouled.
That's the second time we've seen that in a pretty high-profile situation. And on the make, if you're in Nebraska, hey, you've got time. Do a quick hitter, right? It's a two-possession game, no matter how you slice it.
Each team with one timeout left. Hoiberg, a lot of clock being used. Mast got to look for three. Off the mark, no good. And a rebound underneath for Iowa. Isaiah Howard is fouled by Jamarcus Lawrence.
Force more clock to run, which was the disadvantage of Nebraska.
Still a 5-point game. Hoiberg driving inside. Defense is there, and he turns it over. A foul is called on Sanford. Seven-point lead for Iowa with 6 seconds to go. Inbound to Lawrence. Lawrence will drive to the rim for two, but with 2 seconds to go, the inbound comes for Iowa, and they'll dribble it out. And here they come in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes upset 9th-ranked Nebraska 57-52.